So today with us on Stewart Talk, we're honored to have a special guest. Here on Stewart Talk, we walk on purpose, and today's guest is definitely doing that. Great student athlete, great team player, hard worker, one who puts in the extra work to be the best. Today we have with us the one, the only, Miss Jai'Lynne Hitt-Swartz. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, where did this basketball journey start with you? What grade were you in, and was basketball even your first sport?
So when I was, I don't know, like a youngin, my grandma, she was an AAU coach. So and I always was with her. Anyways, I was always with her, and so she coached my aunt, and I used to always go to their games and their practices and stuff.
What's
And
your aunt name?
Rashida Hitt.
Okay.
So she also played with Natasha Howard. Yeah, you know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to always watch them play, and I was just like, like I want to do that. And then one day my grandma was like, "You want to play basketball?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." So I was, I played for CYO,
Okay.
and that was like third grade, and then I just played ever since.
Yeah. When did you see your game start to develop, evolve, and go to the next level?
I don't have to say I don't I don't know really. I just started to take it serious, I guess around like fifth, sixth grade when I started playing AAU. So when I started playing AAU, that's when I was like, oh yeah, I really gotta take this serious.
Yeah.
Like, they paying all this money and stuff, like I can't So I
Yeah.
guess then really.
What made you choose Central to go to in high school versus to go to like a weight where your auntie and them played?
So my aunt, she went to Central, and
Okay.
everybody went to Central, but I started off at Notre Dame.
Okay.
And I played for them, and then I ended up not really liking it. Then I found out Coach Haney was the coach, and I found out Coach Kennard was coaching for when my junior year. So I was like, you know what? I talked to my family about it. I was like, let me make the switch, and they was like, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
shout out Coach Haney too. She's a great coach. Go to Toledo. She done some amazing things in sports and coaching, and even with the development, with the youth. How has your game evolved from you playing at Central to your freshman year and now a sophomore at your school?
I went from being just a shooter to an all around player. I
Yeah,
started to put the ball on the floor. I'm starting to dribble more. I'm starting to get to the basket, make my free throws, do little floaters, all that. It's like at first I was just the shooter. I just wanted to be in the corner or just be on the arc. But now it's like, nah, that's not my only option. I can't just do that.
yeah. So, what advice would you have to the young athletes as far as developing their game and moving on and doing something different versus just having one trick up their sleeve?
I would tell them to keep going and keep putting in the hard work in. Like honestly, right now they probably don't see it, but later on, people gonna really see that you putting in that work, and you gonna see it in your own game when you look back at film and stuff and actually realize, like, yeah, putting in that work really helped me.
Yeah. What has been your most memorable moment in your basketball career thus far?
I'll say senior year we played against our rivals Napoleon in the final or in the states,
Yeah.
and I had 32 against them, and it was a good game. It was a fun game. Like everybody was hyped. Everybody was just in disbelief, and it was crazy because it was like that game. Like I was nervous to even play that game because I know like how important that game was. And so the night before that practice, me and Coach Lamar, we shot like 53s back
Wow.
back to back back back. And then I was like, all right, And then the next day I had 8 threes and then ended up with 32 points. It was a fun game.
Wow. Wow. What do you do to get yourself ready for big games? I know you said you shoot. Like, what's the mentality? Do you listen to music? Are you quiet? Like, what's the vibes when you about to get ready to play?
So one, I wake up and I pray. And
Yeah.
then I listen to some throwback R&B. I always do that before the games. And then I just sit there and then I just think like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like if you weren't meant to be here, then you wouldn't be here. So it's like, I'm meant to be here, then do what I gotta do.
Yeah, you mentioned prayer. That's a big thing. What does faith mean to you, and how has it helped you thus far in your journey?
I always grew up in the church, so without God, I honestly wouldn't be here, be in the position I am today. There's people here that don't have as much as I have. So at the end of the day, it's like you gotta praise God for everything, even for just you waking up, because honestly, not everybody wakes up.
Yeah. And can you speak on how it was for you to make your college choice, your decision, and even choosing schools for all the seniors that's coming up and even the juniors? Give them some advice on how to choose and make the right decision when it comes to schools.
When choosing, I honestly say think about the connection you have with your coach. That's the most important. I mean, looking at like the school and stuff, obviously that's also very important. But think about how you and your coach are going to be and how the school will help you further your career. At the end of the day, you there for a degree. Basketball is just a plus. So you really need to think how is it really going to benefit you in life?
Yeah. And what does playing for Lakeland Community College mean to you, and how have you took it in from your freshman year to now?
So I started off at Glenville State and I transferred over to Lakeland this year. And being there honestly means a lot because I thank God again, I got a second chance. Because my freshman year, I didn't play, I didn't touch the floor, and I even ended up quitting half the season because I felt like mentally I wasn't there. But God gave me another chance, and my coach now seeing the potential that I had in me. And so being there is great. I love my teammates. I love my coach. You know, it's just the environment is like they they get you for real.
Yeah, what would you say to the youth who might be struggling with not having a strong mentor or being down on themselves, even now, maybe they're in high school, or even to some like yourself that's in college? What would you say to that?
It's not the end of the world. You are going to make mistakes. You're not perfect. You're not, you know, it's you're not there to just be perfect because if you were perfect, that game gonna be boring, honestly. So it's like you just gotta keep going.
Yeah,
At first I understand like, you know, especially as a shooter, you miss and then you get down on yourself. I used to have that bad. And honestly I still do have that. But then I always think like next play, next play.
yeah. You always had number 22?
Yeah, so back to my aunt being playing, she had 22, and
Okay.
then also my uncle he played baseball and he was really good and he had 22, but he had a shoulder injury that caused him to not be able to play again. So I took both of their numbers and was like, I want to be 22.
Yeah. As a shooting guard, what do you think your biggest strength is on the court? When I got Jai'Lynne on my team, what are you bringing to the court?
I think my IQ because I think that okay, if this girl's playing off of me, I got my shot. If she's playing on me, then I could drive. Either I'll score or I got somebody to kick it out to. Like
Yeah.
at least at the end of the day, that ball gotta go in the basket. Either it's me or it's my teammate. Whether or not I can help myself get that ball in the basket or help my teammate to get the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and what things do you need to work on, or some things that you are working on to develop to take your game to even another level?
I think taking my time. Sometimes I rush and I'll think like, okay, or I'll overthink. It's either if it was a bad shot or should I take this shot or who should I give it to? Like I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to turn the ball over. Like and I feel like I think too like I move too fast before I think
Yeah.
sometimes. And it's like sometimes I think like just chill.
Yeah. How are you balancing being a college athlete, being that you got practice, you got tests, you got class, like you got all this stuff going on? How are you balancing it to be the great student athlete that you are?
It's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's really hard, but as a little girl, I always I went home and I always did my homework before I did anything. So it's like I gotta get that out the way before I have, you know, practice or whatever and still maintain to have time to study for a test or to, you know, get up, get motivated to even go to class. Like that is a real
Yeah.
but, you know, you still gotta do it because at the end of the day that degree is gonna get you far in life.
Yeah.
So
And I know we had spoke on this. Being at any level, what was the toughest opponent that you had to face, or a tough opponent that gave you trouble? That was that deal?
In high school, I gotta say start. Only because they were really well coached, especially by Coach Franklin. Shout out to him. Um, Coach Franklin definitely knows how to coach a team well. And I just knew that we playing against somebody who's coached by Coach Franklin. Like, yeah, this not gonna be just a running by type team. Like this, you got yeah. So that team definitely it was definitely start for me.
Yeah. And how would you describe your role on this Lakeland team this season? What's the important thing that you guys have to do to keep the chemistry, the bond, and the sisterhood together?
I say just being the player that keeps us together. Like if somebody's down, I need to go over there, pick them up, tell them it's okay, tell them it's like it's fine. The shot was fine. Like I just feel like being the person who makes sure that ball goes in the hoop again, whether it's me or my teammates. Like I was saying earlier, it really doesn't matter to me as long as we get that W at the end of the day because that's what we all want. And as long as we all having fun, like that's my main thing is we having fun because we play better when we have fun.
Would you say you're a vocal leader, or you lead with your play, or both?
I say both.
Okay.
I,
Was
I
that
like I like to, make sure they cool. I like to talk a little on the court, whether it's with my teammates or against my opponents.
Yeah, this what I've been waiting to ask you. One of the questions, being that you're a shooter and you got J work, how are you when you hitting threes? Is you doing all this? Because I'm seeing all the different fades and all the different styles. When you hit a three, or is you just making it and get back on D?
It's different things. Like it's not just one thing off of one shot. Like it be different things. Whether the bow and arrow, the little ice in the veins, the shooting, like it's just whatever
Yeah,
That's
shout out to KJ James. He plays down here in Georgia. He's doing the little zombie thing and all like that, like Cam Ward did. So I'm like, what is that you doing? So yeah, he like, you gotta make it fun, you gotta make it interesting. But y'all make a lot of threes, so you gonna see that celebration more, and they're gonna be like, hey, that's that shooter right there.
yeah.
What
My
do
team
you
is real hyped.
Yeah, what do you do being that the other schools know that you're a shooter, and they're gonna maybe try to double team you, they're gonna try to box in one you, they're gonna try to, stop you from getting your shot. How do you not let that affect you?
Yeah, being face guarded, honestly, like I be thinking in my head, like, dang, I'm getting face guarded. Now I gotta do extra work. But
Yeah.
then again, in my head, it's like, all right, well, you a good player. So obviously they think that you're a good player, so they need to do this. But honestly, I go to my coach all the time about it because there's different ways to approach it. So I go to him and I ask, like, okay, what do you want me to do? Like, what should I do? And I talk to my team, and my team helps me get open. Um, at the end of the day, if I'm the one that's getting taken out of the game, somebody else gonna step up. So it's like that's great. I love when my teammates step up because it's like shine, girl. So it's like it's
Right.
it's kind of hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, I still got my teammates by my side. So whether I gotta do it or one of them gonna do it too. So it really don't matter to me.
Yeah. What does family mean to you, and how has their support helped you thus far?
Family means a lot to me. Without my crew, I honestly wouldn't be here. Being young, my mom, she worked a lot. So I'll be with my grandparents most of the time, and they would rearrange their schedule, take me to practice, who's going to take me to my AAU tournament, who's going to take me to my game, and they always make sure that they show out when they're there. And it means a lot, especially having younger brothers. They look up to me. They always go to my games and they always get excited. They be the ones on the bottom running around the court, getting super excited. And just the fact that me inspiring them to play and to get their head in the books, it means a lot to me because if I'm doing what I'm doing and they looking up to me, then they doing what they need to do instead of being out here in these streets.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the main goal for me is to really get my family where they need to be. And I praise God for all of them, honestly, each and every one of them.
Yeah, that's definitely big because you know and you appreciate and you see the value and you're representing. You're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your family as well. What has been your goal for this year, individually and team wise, for the season?
My goal is I really want to get MVP for this year. I feel like that I've been working hard and I'm gonna keep working hard to get that spot and to also be a threat on the court and continue to be a threat on the court. And then team wise, I want to ring. I want to ring real bad because senior year we wasn't able to get the ring because we got taken out of the tournaments. And so ever since that had happened, that's been my goal every single season was to get a ring.
Yeah. What is your long term goals in basketball after you're going to finish your time in school? Do you think you want to play at the next level? Or are you going to pursue your career? Or have you even thought about it? Are you taking it year by year?
I'm honestly taking it year by year. I have been talking about it with my family. If the opportunity comes that I do get an offer to play at the next level, then of course I'm going to take it and I'm going to continue to pursue my career. But if it doesn't come, then I'm not going to sweat about it. I'm just going to pursue my career, but hopefully it does happen in the
Yeah.
future.
What do you do outside of basketball to unwind, to enjoy, or just, have some time? You got other goals, other fun things that you like to do?
I like to chill with my friends and listen to music, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, I like sleeping too. Especially as a college athlete, you don't really get a lot of sleep. So
Yeah.
when I get a chance, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. What advice would you give to a younger player who aspires to play at the next level like you?
I would say keep going. It's going to be super hard, and you're going to get down on yourself. You're going to think like, "Why am I here? Should I continue?" Yes, continue. It's going to be hard, and get all the resources that you need. Use them, use them, use them, use them. Because at the end of the day, you're going to also feel alone, especially if you go far. You're going to feel alone. You're going to think like, "Dang, like I miss my family. Like, should I go back?" Don't take a step back. Just keep going. Talk to them as much as you want. Do what you need to do, but keep going.
Yeah, definitely. When it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered when you hang your sneakers up? What type of player do you want everybody to remember Jai'Lynne as?
I want everybody to remember my name. That's exactly who I want. And when they remember my name, I want them to think of what I have done in the past and how much of a person, like how I influenced everybody on and off the court.
Yeah. Whatever comes to your heart, can you speak something positive to the youth?
Yeah. Honestly, do what you want to do and play. If you do continue to play for yourself. Don't play for nobody else because you're not going to like it. And playing when you don't like it is not fun at all. It's not. And at the end of the day, you got to remember you're not perfect. It's going to be hard, but make sure you're having fun while doing it.
Yeah, definitely. And after a big win, where is Jai'Lynne wanting to get something to eat at, or what specific to get something to eat at?
Olive Garden for sure. that's yeah, Olive Garden for sure.
Yeah. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh. Karaoke. Um, that's hard. I'm gonna have to. Um, probably the song "Here" by Alyssa Cara. I think that's her name.
Okay.
That song you have me going. Yeah.
What are you, team flats or team drums?
Flats.
Flats.
Flats
Yeah.
all the way.
Air Force Ones or Jordan Ones?
Jordan ones.
All right. Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, or Glorilla?
I'm gonna have to go on my girl Glow. She be speaking real fast. And she be speaking facts for sure.
Yeah. If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be?
Flipping.
Flip.
I want to flip real bad. Like I want to hit a three and just hit a backflip.
Yeah. If you only had one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And we thank you. We're spotlighting you for all your hard work. We're going to be following you. We're going to be sharing your page. We're going to be sharing your journey, your experience, and even as you move on, we pray that God continue to give you favor. May He continue to elevate you and give you the desires of your heart, where you can go on that court and be determined, be confident, be that great leader you is, and just be able to ball like it ain't no tomorrow. Leave everything on the court and be effective on the court, and even the people, leading them to God and allowing them to know that faith can help them, because Jai'Lynne, you have everything inside you that you need to be great. So continue to ball in purpose.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jai'Lynne Hitt-Swartz.